Well, hey, have you been curious about Thrive Life food and you'd like to learn more about it? And would you like to meet me? Well, now you have an opportunity to do both at the same time. Hi there, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free, and I'm very excited to announce that Thrive Life is having corporate sponsored events all over the country, regional events all over the country. Now, this is a full day event. It's on a Saturday from 9 to 5, and they spend the entire morning talking about the food, showing you how to cook with it, demonstrating what it is, letting you taste it, all about the food. Very great stuff. And then in the afternoon, we're going to talk all about the business, how to become a consultant, how to build your business, that sort of thing. If you are a consultant or a customer, this would be a great thing for you to go to. If you are neither, but you're just curious about what is Thrive Life, you'd like to experience it, you'd like to taste it, you'd like to find out more about the business, this would be a great thing for you. It is encouraged that even if you're just a customer, you're not interested in the business, that you still stay for the entire thing because there's a lot of great information in the afternoon as well. Now, we had one last weekend in Jacksonville, Florida. I was there. It was fabulous. And I'll give you a few clips of that in a minute. Well, we have several more coming up, and the next one will be next weekend on March 9th, and that is in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then the weekend after that, we will be in Austin, Texas on March 16th. Now, unfortunately, I will not be able to be at the one in Scottsdale. It's a bit far for me, but I will be at the one in Austin, Texas, and I will be speaking there as one of the trainers. So if you have any interest in Thrive, you can go to either one. If you live in the Southwest and you want to go to Scottsdale event, just tell them, mention my name. They all know me, believe me, and they will welcome you with open arms. If you'd like to go and meet me and Austin, I would absolutely love to meet you. Now, like I said, this is a corporate sponsored event. Eric Morgan, the president, will be there, as well as some of the other corporate executives. And so here's what Eric has to say about it.
Hi, Bill. Hey, thanks for having me on the video. I'm excited to see you and Elizabeth. And for everyone else viewing this video, my name's Eric Morgan. I'm the president of Thrive Life. I'm excited to be there. And I'd love to see you there, whether you're a consultant for Thrive Life or a potential consultant for Thrive Life. Even if you're a customer or even a potential customer of Thrive Life, I would love to see you there. We're going to split the day up into two segments, really. One where we're just talking about the product, everything about the product, how to use the product, why it's so tasty, why it's so convenient, all of these things, why it stores so well. We'll talk about all of that. So if you're a potential customer or customer, please come. And then the second half of the day, we're going to be talking about the business. And as a consultant, how can I grow my business? What do I need to do? What do I need to put into place and to grow a business? So whether you're a consultant or a customer, I would love to see you there. I'd love to meet you in person. See you there, Bill.
Like I said, this will be an all-day event from 9 to 5. It is free, and they will be providing lunch, but they do ask that you RSVP just so they know how many will be there for the food that they provide. So there is a link in the description below where you can do the free registration. If you plan on going, please register. Let them know how many are coming. And also, if you do that, let me know in ahead of time. Just tell me in the comments that you'll be there. And like I said, I'll be in Austin. I won't be able to make Scottsdale, but that would be great as well. So what is this event going to look like? Well, let me show you a few clips from Jacksonville. It started in the morning with Melissa and Vicky doing demonstrations of how to use the food. And this was an amazing demonstration. I've actually been a member of Thrive and using Thrive Life for 10 years, and I learned some stuff about some amazing new ways to use this food. Check it out.
So if I know I've had a group of people coming over, I'll whip up a little trail mix and you've got a healthy snack. So the one I discovered earlier this year is doing it like a veggie tray. We were having some friends over to watch something one day, and so I fixed a little veggie tray, and I put out the, let me get up here so you can see me as I'm doing it. I put out broccoli, and the red bell peppers are so sweet and they're so good to eat. But we're gonna do some of the green bell, oh, they smell so good. Oh man.
Yeah, they smell so good.
I put out red bell peppers and the broccoli, and then I put out fresh carrots and fresh celery on this little tray, put a little dip out there, and the broccoli and the peppers were gone first. I mean, I had lots of celery and carrots left over, and I'm like, really? Because I like celery and carrots.
Did you catch what she said there? This was an amazing idea I've never thought of. She made a veggie tray for a party, and she put freeze-dried red bell peppers and broccoli on it, along with some dip. She also put some fresh carrots and celery on the same tray, and she said that the freeze-dried food all disappeared immediately, and the celery and the carrots were left behind. Everybody wanted the freeze-dried food. That's how good it is.
These red peppers.
Those are one of my very favorites.
Just eat them straight
They're
out of the can.
sweet and tangy, and they're just full of nutrition. They're super good. Just hand it to me.
My lovely assistant Melissa, that's helping me. And then the cauliflower and the broccoli is fun to just eat right out of the can or in a dip.
Now I have to tell you, I love vegetables. That's my favorite food category is vegetables. But I do not like raw cauliflower. I do not like it at all. But I can eat a whole can of the freeze-dried cauliflower. It is delicious and it's crunchy. It has just, I don't know, it's so good. So delicious.
And how pretty is that? How pretty is that?
And you're dipping it in what?
Smell it. Just smell it. It just has quite the aroma to it, you know?
Now, the clip that I just showed you, they were talking about several different ways to use the food dry without refreshing it first. And that was amazing. But their presentation went on for about an hour and a half, and they went through all kinds of things and talked about many ways to use it when you're actually cooking, to refresh it and then cook with it. It was really amazing. And then in the afternoon, we talked more about the business side of it. And here is Eric now introducing part of that aspect of the presentation.
I'm going to talk for a minute about the business. I put this question up here. I don't want anyone to answer, but I'm going to go through our thought process at Thrive Life. Is it better to be the biggest or the best? Don't answer. I'm going to tell you our thought process. So when we first started, it's been over 15 years now, when Steve Palmer, Jason Budge, they started the business, they knew that they couldn't be the biggest. And so they went for the best. We're going to be the best freeze-drying company on the planet. And it took a while. It took a lot of hard work to understand how freeze-dried even works, how the farming process works. All of that takes a lot of time. But really by mid-2015, we had competitors looking at us saying, that's really good. What they're doing there is really good. And I'll just fast forward now to today, where it's known in the industry that Thrive Life is the best freeze-dried food on the planet. That's a given. Now there are some competitors that will argue that for sure, but we have competitors that are saying, yeah, they've got the standard. They've got the highest quality food. And so we've worked really hard on that. And I hope you get a sense of how Melissa and Vicki were talking about the food, how you can smell the food. Ralph mentions the flavor. All of that is because we are the best. Not all freeze-dry is created equal, right? So we've got those standards. And I wanted to just bring up Kristen. Kristen, do you mind coming up and just sharing your thoughts on the food? So Kristen is Melissa's daughter, but Kristen also, she's a customer, she's a consultant. She also worked for us in the corporate offices for a time. Two different times. We love Melissa. She was part of our marketing team. We just love Kristen. And so I've asked her to just share a couple thoughts about the food or the company.
Thanks, Eric. I love Eric. So he was.
That's why I asked her.
Yeah, I was telling his wife, I'm like, he's the one who like gave me confidence in my career during an internship. Like he's a wonderful man. So they asked me to share a little bit about what I love about Thrive, a little testimonial, and I started thinking like when did I not use Thrive? I've been using Thrive food for I think like 10 years. Mom's been in it for 10 years. And I grew up on food storage. I was the one, she would make the little dry green beans, and we were just like, ugh, Mom, or the powdered milk, ugh. And then she started doing Thrive. She's like, oh my gosh, taste this stuff. And we were all like, I don't know, Mom, like it's food storage stuff. And then we started eating it. This was right before I went to college. And it was just the biggest difference between things we had grown up on to now this amazing freeze-dried food. And so freeze-dried food has played a massive part in all these different stages of my life that I've gone through over these past 10 years. So in college, I had, like Mom mentioned, a shelf full of freeze-dried food. Well, I was one person. I was used to helping cook for a big family of 7. And when I went to college, I'm like, how do I buy groceries and cook for one person? But I would take a handful of our sausage for eggs or the cheese, and I could just throw it in my eggs, and it saved me tons of money as a college student. And I was still eating really, really good food. I was eating healthy, yummy food. And all my college roommates would turn their nose up at it, like, you're eating what? And then I'd be like, no, just try it. And every single one of them loved it, and they would ask me to make stuff with it. So it carried me through my college years, saved me money, nutrition. And then moved past it, I became this young career person, I guess, whatever you would call that. And I used it then as well, and it saved me money as I got my career started. Well, not a few years into my career, COVID happened, and I lost my job due to COVID. Well, I had a huge pantry full of freeze-dried food, and I would use that as a huge supplement to my daily, food budget. So I used it like every day, and I loved it. Like I honestly don't know the last time I cut up onions. I hate cutting up onions, And so this food has been an integral part of my life. Well, then I got married and became this newlywed wife. And my husband also turned his nose up at it. At first I was like, oh, no. And do you know that he actually asked for our sausage now, like over other stuff? He's like, can we make that sausage? I'm like, yes, we can. And he can make it himself, which I remind him too. And as a newlywed couple, it saved us money. We had nutrition. We had this delicious food that was there for us. And I'm notorious at like forgetting things in the back of my pantry, and it didn't go bad. We weren't throwing it away. And also I was working, I was a newlywed, we had all these things going on, and it saved me so much time. Like you don't have to cut up the onions, you don't have to cry. God, I cry with onions. You don't have to cut up the onions, you don't have to prep all this food, wash it. You just throw and go, and it's so much faster and easier. Well, now fast forward to my newest part of life, this is motherhood for me. And like Mom mentioned, I'm a pregnant lady right now. And I am not very far along, about 9 weeks. And I'm one of those pregnant ladies who throws up a lot and is not feeling very good. So some days my 2-year-old, the only nutrition he get is a little scoop of blueberries on his tray. And I don't have to like wash and prep and do a bunch of stuff. This food is amazing, and it is nutritious, and it is delicious, and it's easy, it saves money, and I love it. It's absolutely delicious. And I don't know what else to say other than like, it's amazing, you need to have it. Just like, I don't know what I would do without it. So, and beyond that, like Eric said, I've had the blessing to work with them as a consultant and also in the office. And I can just say their character at this company is amazing. This company to me is a family. And I'm also emotional when I'm pregnant, okay, so just remember that. But this company to me is a family, and their integrity that they have is just, it blows me away constantly. And when they say they source the finest, best ingredients, they really do. They're not just saying that. A lot of companies say things in their marketing as just a thing to pull you in, but it's really honest and it's true. And it's the best of the best. And you won't regret using it. And that's the thing, use it in your everyday life, because it really will change the way you eat, change your nutrition, it'll change just even the time. I hate cooking. does anyone else hate cooking? I really don't enjoy cooking. So just to throw things in a pot real fast, add some water, it saves me so much time. So anyway, I could just blabber on for an hour about how much I love Thrive and the people and all this kind of stuff, but that's my little testimony, and thanks for letting me share it. So.
Thanks, Christy. And just so you know, when she did lose her job in COVID, that was not from Thrive Life.
So as you can see, she was absolutely passionate about the food, about using the food, about the company. She absolutely loves it. And there were actually many people in the room who were that passionate about the food. Now, from there, we went on to other trainings in the afternoon, more about the business side of it, and I was one of the presenters. I did a 45-minute presentation, and I'll show you just a short clip of that.
We've got the Kellers here. And do you guys know the Kellers? I don't know if you guys know the Kellers. You know the Kellers? Okay, you know the Kellers. Bill and Elizabeth here, Elizabeth, they've been consultants for several years. And 10 years now. Is that right? 10 years. And they've been on our advisory board for several years now. The advisory board is a group of consultants. I mentioned Melissa is also on the board. A group of consultants around Canada and the US. There are about 10 of us. Lisa is also on the board. Yes. You'll hear from Lisa in a little bit. And it's a group of consultants that really, they talk to us on a regular basis. They're with Sandy a lot. We get together once a month and go over issues that come up in the consultant world or in the customer world. And they're really your voice, the voice of the consultants to corporate. So we value them greatly, and I'm sure you do too, even though you may not know exactly what they do, but it's extremely valuable for you as consultants to have this board. And the Kellers have been on that board for a long time. We sure love them. And they're going to talk about this connection that we've talked about, connection, but specifically with consultants when it's time to build a team. So here are the Kellers. Bill?
Oh, yes, here we go. One of the things, yes, I'll just in a second, yeah. One of the things that we do not want to see happen and that we want to help everybody with is you don't want a single person ever to fall through the cracks. And so Bill has worked very hard to settle this up and find some wonderful resources so that every single person that ever becomes your customer or ever becomes a consultant, you know that you've got a connection with them and they're not going to feel like that nobody paid attention to them. Nobody falls through the cracks. Okay. And this is mainly Bill, but I had to say something.
She's always going to say something. I'll pay for that later. Okay, so we are talking about connect, convert, and develop. I'll talk just briefly about connect, but I want to talk mostly about how to convert and develop. So overall, it was a very exciting and, for me, very motivational day in Jacksonville. And I had a number of people there from my downline team. I also had a number of people there from my YouTube channel who were just viewers of the YouTube and never had tried Thrive before. And they were all very excited to be able to learn about it and to actually taste it. And so if you have any curiosity about Thrive Life at all, I really hope and encourage you to try to attend either in Scottsdale or in Austin. And so don't forget to RSVP in the links below, and I hope to see you there. Live simple, live free. You be blessed.
So have you ever tried Thrive Life before?
I have never tasted it before. This will be my first time.
This is a dry fruit salad. Wonderful for snacking on.
So you just put it in your mouth and
Just eat it.
it's coming alive.
Well, was that a strawberry you had?
It was.
Yeah. Strawberries are amazing.
Very good.
Yep.